could that be? Oh, hi, girls.
This is Goku when he was young, right around the time I became a blushing bride.
He proposed to you at the World Martial Arts Tournament, didn't he?
Yep, we made a promise to win. She's a female warrior from Universe 2. I've heard her transformations are pretty different from Goku and the others.
I heard she has a huge fan base in the universe she came from.
After that transformation sequence, I was an instant fan.
Whoa! His aura, his body, his whole disposition has completely shifted.
He abandoned his sense of justice. Oh, it's scary how quickly people will change themselves to achieve victory.
They'll give up anything and everything to win. They're really determined. I've heard this guy is the leader of the Pride Troopers. Must be a tough job to organize a group as unique as that.
Jiren seems like the strongest, but I didn't realize he wasn't the leader.
A leader's performance needs to be in service of their entire team. And this guy knows how to pull that off.
You're right. Toppo's got plenty of showmanship.
This is when Jiren went all out against Goku.
Those muscles are crazy. But Goku beat him in the end, right?
He had to team up with Frieza to do it, and even then it was a draw. Taking him on alone would have been impossible.
He's a warrior from Universe 11. His facial expression is so neutral, it's hard to tell what he's thinking.
He always looks kind of pissed off to me.
He comes off as cool, but it's his sense of justice that's his greatest quality.
This saucy little delinquent is super tough, uses foul language, and beat up my poor Goku. What a hussy.
It'd be interesting to see other fighters fuse with the Potara. Imagine the incredible opponents our boys could fight against.
Like fusing Frieza and Cell?
If we put those two together, there wouldn't be enough good guys in the universe to handle that. Her hair is such a blindingly bright color now, and she's always hyper all the time, too.
Yeah, she's pretty energetic.
Cabba's gonna have a tough time wrangling her.
When Kale and Caulifla fuse with those Potara things, they call themselves Kefla. Guess other universes name their fusions like we do.
I wonder what their name would be if they did the fusion dance instead.
Cauliflail?
Not very intimidating. I bet you anything it's because of Vegeta's influence that he became a delinquent, right?
He looks about as prideful as his master gets.
He'd be giving in to his anger, probably convinced that it's a Saiyan's true nature. I can just picture it.
He's become a delinquent!
Look at that. I guess every Saiyan can turn Super Saiyan.
Our universes have more similarities than we think. This is a Saiyan from Universe 6 who claims to be Vegeta's student. He's very proper and polite.
Is it really okay for him to have Vegeta as his teacher?
Yeah, I can't really picture him as a sensei.
He probably just wants to learn how to do Vegeta's special techniques. I would.
The audacity of this creep! He's an assassin who went after Goku!
Despite being a loner, I heard that during the Tournament of Power, he used his time skip to rescue his teammates.
According to the data, he's over 1,000 years old. He's much older than he looks.
Shouldn't an assassin have their personal information a little more private?
This guy is a Supreme Kai like ours, but from another universe?
Powerful as he is, he's still only training to become a Supreme Kai. Shin from our universe is a lot less intimidating.
What did the Supreme Kai actually do anyway?
Man, there's so many types of gods. It's hard to keep track of them all. This guy is a Supreme Kai like ours, but from another universe?
Powerful as he is,
This pink-haired villain better not do anything to tarnish my Goku's reputation looking like that.
Super Saiyan Rose, he called it. So pretentious.
he looks like Goku, but his name and manner of speaking are pretty conceited.
What a total narcissist.
Trunks came from the distant future to our era to fight this guy.
Why did he have to go and steal Goku's body?
Maybe it's just because he wanted to be as strong as a Saiyan. Who knows? These bad guys are just jerks.
I know, right? I mean, it's a simple reason, but I get it. Though I question why he didn't take Vegeta's body instead. Whis is an angel who works as Beerus's attendant and teacher. He's also my foodie buddy.
Oh, that Whis. He's always transporting Goku somewhere, again and again.
Aw, I'm jealous. I want a foodie buddy. Lisa's kind and has a soft demeanor, but he can also be pretty strict.
I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw Vegeta groveling in front of anyone. But a god of destruction would do it.
Yet with no hesitation, you had the guts to slap him right across the face.
Well, yeah. He ruined my party after all.
So intense. I can't believe all that happened over some pudding.
This baby guy.
He turned into a great ape!
Does that mean he's also a Saiyan?
That's one big monkey. Would we ever be able to defeat something like this?
He turned into a great ape!
Does that mean he's also a Saiyan?
That's one big monkey. Would we ever be able to defeat something like this?
This baby guy doesn't stay in the same form for long, huh?
Transformed again already? Daring today, aren't we?
At this point, I can't even tell how strong he is.
Who the heck is this baby guy anyway?
Beats the heck out of me.
He doesn't look human, that's for sure.
Vegeta?
I mean, he kinda looks like him.
I'm not gonna lie, he's kinda scary.
That slug in his giant form, all this did was amplify his weakness to high-pitched noises.
Piccolo hates those kinds of noises too, right?
My mischievous side wants to whistle in his vicinity.
He's a Namekian like Piccolo, but his evil heart makes him very uncommon from the rest of his kind.
He wanted to use the Dragon Balls to gain eternal youth. Can't say I haven't thought of the same thing.
Hey, come on now.
His hair is so spiked out and his muscles are bulging. He looks like he's about to explode or something.
In this state, you lose your sense of self, apparently. That's part of why Broly's training with Vegeta and Goku under Beerus.
Wow, maybe he'll come visit Earth sometime.
Broly's become a delinquent too. Must be his dad's fault that he took a bad turn.
I've heard that Broly's father, Paragus, put an electric collar on him to make him obey his commands.
How
How awful to do that to your own child.
This Broly guy supposedly grew up in the wild. They say he's so strong that even Goku couldn't beat him on his own.
He worked for the Frieza Force for a little while. I hope he's not another bad guy to deal with.
He was actually being used by his father and is rather innocent at heart. The way he talks is kind of adorable, in its own way.
Those muscles are ridiculous in size. He certainly looks stronger.
So, is this different from a regular Super Saiyan form?
Either way, he looks dangerous.
Now this looks like a strong fighter.
Does that mean he's also a Saiyan?
That must be why he has such a similar vibe to Goku and the others.
Who's this?
He kind of reminds me of Vegeta and Goku, but
Yeah, I get that. He gives me the strangest feeling.
You think so? Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess I see it. I hear this guy is the king of the demon realm or something. The look of him definitely screams evil to me.
why would such an important figure kneel to someone like Babidi? It makes no sense.
It was Babidi's magic that made him into his servant. Eventually, Boo transformed him into a cookie and gobbled him up.
It must be harsh for the demon world now that they've got no king. Wonder if he had any family. He revived Majin Buu, endangering the whole planet. He can also use his magic to control the minds of people with evil in their heart.
Think he could cast a spell that could rehabilitate delinquents?
That's one way to use your magic.
The androids and Cell were created by this mad scientist. Ugh, what a waste of intelligence.
This guy was a researcher for the Red Ribbon Army, right?
Yep. Goku crushed the Red Ribbon Army when he was a kid. And since then, their remnants have carried a grudge against him. This is that strange-looking android who attacked the city with Dr. Gero.
Android 19 was Dr. Gero's most obedient creation. Bet he wished he designed all of them to be like that.
I bet an army full of 19s would be a pain to defeat.
Gotta say, Krillin scored himself a gorgeous wife.
I wonder if cyborgs like her and her brother age after they've been mechanically altered. Guess only time will tell.
Does that mean 18 will be young and beautiful forever?
A wife who's young forever. What more could a guy dream of?
She went from being one of our most hated enemies to being a fellow protector of the planet. Crazy how things change, huh?
Looks like 17's chilled out a bit. These days, he protects the forests on a remote island, and he's a dad.
When he won the Tournament of Power for us, I know he wanted a nice boat for him and his family, but he wished to save our universe instead.
Well, I gave him an expensive cruiser, so wish fulfilled.
Just what I'd expect from the richest woman on Earth.
This is 18's twin brother. Back then, he was really mean-spirited and cruel.
He was a real problem for Dr. Gero, constantly disobeying his orders and all.
He was converted into an android against his will, wasn't he? Can't blame him for his bad attitude. This is an android created by Dr. Gero. He loves nature and animals, and he even became friends with Gohan.
Despite being made by the same guy, each of the androids have such distinct personalities.
Maybe it's because they're each based on a unique model of some kind? He's a member of the Ginyu Force who uses telekinesis. I heard Krillin and Gohan had a hard time with him.
Whoa, this guy's got 4 eyes. Must be nice to be able to see in all directions.
He was on planet Namek, but I never caught a glimpse of him. The red magma of the Ginyu Force, second in command, Jace. He's actually kinda cute.
Kinda, but the weird poses he does sorta kills it for me.
I don't get his outfit. Long sleeves and shorts? What? Is it winter on his arms and summer on his legs?
The Blue Hurricane of the Ginyu Force. He calls himself the fastest in the universe.
In the end, he was all talk and Goku beat him easily. So much for being fastest, huh?
I bet if Goku fought him today, he could beat him running backwards.
So many of these hench guys with the same armor. I can barely tell them apart.
This guy was Recoome from the Ginyu Force. Yet another guy that Goku defeated in battle.
This muscled frame and the orange mohawk? I remember one of the androids looks kinda like him.
Oh, the one who became friends with Gohan? I don't think that's the same guy. This is an android created by Dr. Gero. He loves nature and animals, and he even became friends with Gohan.
Despite being made by the same guy, each of the androids have such distinct personalities.
Maybe it's because they're each based on a unique model of some kind?
Unforgivable. This jerk took over my beloved Goku's body. Not only that, he used it to attack Gohan. How dare he?
This guy is the lowest of the low. A true warrior would fight fair and square with their own body.
Did he ever end up back in his own body?
Long story short, he screwed up and wound up swapping with the body of an alien frog. He escaped back then. Probably still out there somewhere.
Huh. He's got the armor of Frieza's minions, but I don't recognize him.
He's pretty unremarkable. Tried to get Vegeta with a really lame surprise attack, only to be blown to smithereens out of the sky.
Youch! That's gotta be one terrible fireworks show.
The way this freak talks, the way he violently attacks people, and how gross he is. Ugh, can't stand him.
He was a former colleague of Vegeta's as well. When he quit, he wiped out Dodoria in an instant.
Huh? You mean Vegeta used to work for the Frieza Force too?
Let's just say I try to leave Vegeta's past in the past.
He ain't so pretty now.
Yeah, no. Ugh, I like his first form better.
Sacrificed beauty in favor of power.
Even with the boosted strength, he barely stood a chance against Vegeta.
This aggravatingly handsome guy was one of Frieza's right-hand men.
He is pretty. Oh yeah.
I'd be able to appreciate his looks if he wasn't a sleazy villain.
Look how strong this guy is. He and Vegeta came to invade Earth many years ago.
In the end, Vegeta finished him off for not being useful anymore.
Vegeta was a real villain back then, huh?
I can't believe this nasty jerk was Goku's older brother. He was plotting an invasion and mistreated my precious Gohan.
He was described to me as violent, and cruel, and hot-blooded. The total opposite of Goku.
Thank goodness it was Goku who landed on Earth first. He's hung out a lot with Goku and Krillin. These days, I think he spends a lot of time at Korin's tower.
Is Yajirobe a farmer? He always seems to be bringing beans to Goku and Piccolo.
Those are sensu beans. I've tried some before. Not sure how they work, but they always help Goku and his friends get healed up.
He and Tien Shinhan used to train under the sinister Crane Hermit. Also, for some reason, he's always looked like he's a tiny baby.
Despite how cute he looks, I know he's like a telekinetic assassin or something, right? Underestimate him and you'll pay the price.
He has a brave and honorable side to him. One time, he gave his life for Tien Shinhan with a kamikaze attack.
That's my dad, the world champion, Mr. Satan.
Still such a popular guy. People named an entire city in his honor after he defeated Cell, as we all know.
I know. He's gotten all these accolades that our friends deserve for how hard they fought to protect us.
Hey, he's a charismatic guy. It happens. I can't imagine how insufferable Vegeta would be if he let things go to his head.
You know what? He's worked hard and done a lot for us. I hope Mr. Satan continues to do his best going forward. This was Majin Buu's last form when Goku was able to defeat him. He doesn't talk much. Not a thought behind those eyes.
He got so tiny all of a sudden.
Don't let his size fool you. It took a spirit bomb with energy gathered from everyone on Earth to defeat him. And even then, it was a close call.
He even absorbed my poor Gohan! Actually, I forget. How did he and the others escape from inside of it?
Our husbands fused into Vegito, let themselves be absorbed into his body, and then ripped Gohan and the others out of their imprisonment.
Rip them out? Okay, now I'm kind of curious, but how the heck would Boo be able to show me what his insides look like?
This is Boo after he absorbed Gotenks and Piccolo. How could he do that to my baby boy?
He also absorbed their worst personality traits.
With how many people he can absorb at once, I don't even want to think about what the inside of Majin Buu's body looks like.
When the bad Boo absorbed the good Boo, he became even more evil.
Piccolo said Boo never tried to hurt my dad, even when he was like this.
Yeah, and now they're the best of friends.
This is Boo, who lives at our house now. All he ever does is eat and sleep, but he's actually super powerful.
I know he's tremendously strong, but why wasn't he in the Tournament of Power again?
He ended up training a little too hard. And then he took a nap that he couldn't wake up from in time. Oops.
Not only did he survive self-destructing, but he came back even stronger than before.
Perfecter Cell? It never ends with this guy.
For all the horrible things he did, he deserves to rot in the underworld.
Not only did he survive self-destructing, but he came back even stronger than before.
Perfecter Cell? It never ends with this guy.
For all the horrible things he did, he deserves to rot in the underworld.
After Cell absorbed 17 and 18, he went on to host his own tournament called the Cell Games. What a strange thing to do.
I couldn't believe it when I found out Gohan defeated him when he was just a kid.
Goku always pushes things too far. Piccolo was really angry at him.
This is Cell after absorbing number 17.
Yep, Vegeta fought this freak. Why does he look like that?
Even 17 couldn't make him any more human-like, or any less repulsive.
This thing looks very unique.
This was Dr. Giro's ultimate android creation. He absorbs the bioextract of humans to make himself stronger.
He devoured entire city populations, all for the sake of attaining a transformation.
Whoa! It's so shiny, I'm almost blinded by it.
Turning golden when you power up. It's so much like a Super Saiyan.
In other words, it's Frieza's delinquent form.
Still don't know if Whis bringing Frieza back to life was the best idea. After all, he said that he had no intention of turning over a new leaf.
At least he had no delusions that what he was doing was evil.
If he does anything really bad, we'll just have Goku deal with him again. This is when Frieza gathered all his strength and beefed himself up.
Judging by the size alone, the second form still looked a lot stronger than this. But I guess it must be his most powerful form.
Maybe we'll never fully understand all these transformations.
This is what he looks like most often these days.
You know what? He kinda looks better without the horns.
He's got a nightmarish aura about him.
Ugh! Now he's got this elongated skull. Disgusting.
Honestly, I think he looked stronger before.
You think this stretched out head was intentional? Or was that just part of the transformation without him knowing?
I'd rather not put myself in Frieza's mind. Frieza turned into this brutish thing after Vegeta coaxed it out of him.
Krillin got impaled on one of his horns. Gohan told me it was gruesome to watch.
My little angel Gohan battled a monster like this? I knew I shouldn't have let him go to Planet Namek. Frieza is the evil tyrant who destroyed Planet Vegeta. He's so powerful that he just glides around in his stupid little hovercraft.
His power level was around 530,000. Really high up on himself.
So how strong is 530,000 in the grand scheme of things?
Oh, who the heck knows?
When the turtle hermit drops the perversion and gets serious, he's a tough one. To handle training Goku, he'd have to be.
He always gave it his all, whether it be when Frieza came to Earth or at the Tournament of Power.
He looks so different compared to when he's relaxing at Kame House.
This old fossil is a legendary martial artist who's trained Goku and Krillin since they were kids.
He's a skilled fighter and all, but why oh why does he have to be such a pervert?
Uh-huh. I've heard a lot of rumors about this guy.
He's looked the same for so many years. Think he's got some kind of ancient technique to keep himself from aging?
Oh, his eyebrows are gone! His delinquency has reached a new level! What do we do about this, Bulma?
Huh? What? Oh, yeah, he looks a little delinquentish, I guess.
Whatever makes him happy, I guess.
Trunkton! Gotenks! Did you say Righteous Grim Reaper or some nonsense? Have some class!
Names like the Die Missile Barrage were a bit much.
Not easy parenting these two, I know. But their sense of naming stuff is about what you'd expect from kids.
My sweet baby Goten. He's turned into such a little troublemaker.
He hasn't inherited a lot of Trunks' better qualities. Always getting carried away as soon as a fight begins.
It's cool that they're always so full of energy, but I don't like how much they push their opponent's buttons.
Gogeta is so immensely powerful, he was able to stop Broly's rampage.
Is this their strongest transformation of all, then?
I don't know. We certainly had some nice things to say, so maybe Blue is best.
Gogeta looks great when he goes super.
I'm tired of saying all this super stuff.
All right, all right.
The fusion of Goku and Vegeta. Wait, how is it different from Vegito?
This version is the result of them performing the fusion dance. It's a lot more difficult than just putting on some earrings.
Trunks and Goten had to do the same thing. Vegeta was not a fan of those silly poses.
Vegeta Blue, he called it? There's so many frickin' transformations, it's hard to keep track sometimes.
He tried on this form for the first time to take on Goku Black and Zamasu.
Wow. I wonder how much stronger they can get, even beyond that.
This is Vegito's super form that he became while fighting against Buu. Even turned into candy, he could still kick some tail.
He's usually a little cocky, but like this, he's as cool as a cucumber.
Yep, getting cocky while fighting a dangerous enemy is a bad habit.
This is the fusion of Goku and Vegeta after wearing the Potara earrings.
There was some uncertainty on this, but you can only stay fused for an hour until you run out of energy.
I've always wondered, would a fused person be fed with a meal for one, or do they need to eat twice as much?
I knew this would happen sooner or later. Every Saiyan eventually becomes a spiky-haired delinquent.
Goten is so powerful, despite the fact that he's just a little kid.
The first time he transformed, I was furious. But then again, what else should I have expected from Goku's son?
And just like that, Trunks could also turn Super Saiyan. It was such a shock since no one actually taught him how.
This little cutie's my second son, Goten. He's got a real talent for martial arts.
Chi-Chi, you used to spar with Goten, didn't you?
I could totally see that. After all, you are tough enough to reach the quarterfinals of the World Tournament.
Hey, if I don't want him to become a delinquent, I need to raise him to be strong and dependable.
That's some tough love. Seems like no time at all that Trunks transformed as well. Vegeta was so caught off guard, he called it a Super Saiyan bargain sale.
Yeah, I've heard that Gohan had a lot of trouble.
Some things just come easier to others.
Oh, my clever little boy. Even when he's being a brat, he's just the cutest.
I'm so glad that Goten has another kid his age to play with.
Those two get up to a lot of trouble together, but it's always a ton of fun to watch.
Trunks sure has gotten strong, hasn't he?
Yes, it's so relieving to see our kids growing up into respectable adults.
You should be proud.
This is when he came back from the future again.
How could I forget? It was when that Goku doppelganger was messing up the future.
Poor Trunks. It seems like he's always been faced with hardship.
Jocko said that using time travel so much wasn't a good idea. But what other choice did I have but to help out my son?
Look at the size of those biceps. Well, good to know your son is staying healthy.
Nah, I can't lie. His physique doesn't match up well with the beautiful face he inherited from me.
Saiyans really do have strange physiques. Can Gohan transform this way too?
You know, Trunks has such good manners for a delinquent.
Yeah, but when he transforms, it usually means he's about to risk his life in battle, which always worries me.
It's tough work having a Saiyan for a son.
Seriously.
I don't think they're talking about the same thing anymore.
My son is excellent with a sword, but even more skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Probably gets it from Vegeta.
They're training together a lot, aren't they?
It'll be interesting to see how our timeline's Trunks grows up.
Trunks can become a Super Saiyan just like Vegeta. Almost reminds me of Goku when he's like this.
Like delinquent father, like delinquent son. Next, you'll be turning blonde, Bulma.
Hey, handsome is handsome, no matter the hairstyle or the hair color.
I doubt that.
Look how handsome Trunks looks with that serious expression.
He's from the future, right? I wonder what the three of us are up to over in that alternate timeline.
I heard that almost all of humanity was wiped out by the androids.
Traveling back in time to the past in order to change the future was a real feat of science.
Goku's been rivals with this guy for years. Now he owns his own dojo in the mountains to train the next generation of martial artists.
An eyeball on his forehead? Huh. I wonder what the world looks like through his eyes.
Huh? Now I'm trying to picture three-eyed shades.
Actually, that's a good point. I should make some special sunglasses for him. Wonder how many years we've known Yamcha for now. Back in the day, he was a bandit, known as the Desert Hyena.
This is one of Goku's childhood friends. And Bulma's ex-boyfriend.
Wait, for real?
Sure was. I dumped his sorry butt after he cheated on me. But to be fair, he has grown into a really good dude since then.
Wonder what his love life is like these days. Hope he finds somebody.
I've known Krillin for what feels like forever. He was such a precocious little snot back then. But look at how much he's grown.
With his martial arts skills, he's teamed up with Goku and the others to protect our planet countless times. He's even got a lovely wife and daughter.
Considering how many times he's been wished back to life by the Dragon Balls, I'd say he's almost as tough as a Saiyan. This guy is a Namekian warrior like Piccolo. I've only ever heard about him. Wonder what he's up to these days.
I heard he did a Namekian fusion with Piccolo on planet Namek. They permanently merged into each other to become more powerful.
No offense, but it's not nearly as interesting as the fusions I've seen. They look exactly the same.
Well, we're only human. Hard to relate.
This is around when Goten and Trunks trained with him. He's taught them a whole lot.
I don't forgive him for that time he kidnapped my son, but Gohan really took a liking to him.
It's hard to imagine that he was once a bad guy.
This is when Piccolo became allies with Goku. He died protecting my son and narrowly escaped his home planet being destroyed. That's rough.
That was a crazy adventure we had on planet Namek. I'm just glad we got home in one piece.
That sounds crazy. What happened to planet Namek anyway?
The whole planet was destroyed. So the Namekians had to move all their people to a new one.
Good thing we have the Dragon Balls to fix problems as big as that.
Well, Gohan definitely looks stronger and not like a delinquent for once. Otherwise, I don't get this form.
From what he told me, the Elder Supreme Kai performed a ceremony to unlock his latent inner power.
Saiyans do the strangest things.
Our hero, Great Saiyaman, the righteous warrior who protects our fair city's peace.
I invented the device that allowed him to instantly change into his outfit wherever he wanted.
No matter what weird phases he goes through, my son is a true hero at heart. A superhero. It's been a while, but I think the first time that Gohan became this form was when he faced that Kibito guy in the arena.
Oh, that was when he got stabbed by those two freaks with a magic lamp-looking thing.
I remember that, and then Majin Buu came along right after. That was probably the craziest time of my whole life. They called this form the Gold Fighter. He'd stop bank robbers on the way to school like a part-time vigilante.
No matter what he looks like, on the inside, I know he's my kind, wonderful little boy.
That sounds about right for Gohan. Peace only lasts so long, and a Saiyan can't just sit still with all that power. Glad he used it for good.
This was Gohan when we were attending Orange Star High School. I had my suspicions about him, but I never could have guessed he was part alien.
Right, this was when the World Tournament was being held. Can't remember who took home the prize money.
The gang flew off, leaving Mr. Satan to fight 18 in a battle royale. Technically, he won, but he didn't exactly beat her.
Did Dad take credit for something he didn't actually do again? Ugh, and he hasn't even been training lately.
Gohan fought so hard to save the whole planet. I shouldn't be so hard on him.
Ugh, the Cell games. That was a rough time for everybody.
Cell was going to self-destruct, taking the Earth with him, until Goku teleported him away at the last second.
Not only was Gohan in danger, but then Goku's sacrifice. Oh, Chi-Chi, you've seriously had it rough.
I'll never let my voice die again. This was Gohan at the start of his delinquent phase. He's already so handsome, he doesn't need to be blonde.
Gotta admit, though, he wears the golden spikes really well.
But ever since this happened, he let his martial arts training get too much in the way of his studies.
I don't think being behind on his studies has anything to do with being blonde.
I think he was around 10 years old by then. Becoming a Super Saiyan at that age takes real innate talent.
With guys like Goku and Vegeta, I'd say he had some pretty great role models to be inspired by.
This is Gohan when he was fighting Cell and the androids. I know he was defending the Earth, but he had me worried sick!
Honestly, leaving the fate of the world in the hands of a single kid? That was a huge gamble Goku took.
Gohan really got put through the ringer as a kid.
Oh, look at my sweet little angel. Ever since he was born, I just knew he would study hard and be an academic genius.
Gohan's been a hard worker ever since he was little, and so dedicated to his studies. He's the best.
He's never seemed like he enjoys fighting. Funny how he's the complete opposite of Goku. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan? I don't really get it, but I've heard it's super strong.
A blue-haired punk. He and Goku both discovered this look around the same time.
I've heard this transformation uses up less energy and allows you to better control the power you exert with a calm mind.
With how short-tempered and cranky he tends to be, it'd be nice if he had a calm mind like this all the time. Look at how nice this color is! Even the red suits him. Oh, how does my hubby do it?
To become a Super Saiyan God, you need to gather. Oh, hi, Goku. Great to see you.
Okay, see ya! Yo!
No matter the opponent, I never lose! So, is that pink blob with the Cape Majin Buu? Well then, you're going to pay for what you did to Kakarot's son!
What's that?
It just means you're big and ugly.
That made Boo angry! So Boo make you dead!
I'm not going to hell alone. I'm taking you along for the ride! You nuisance! You're dead! You nuisance! Got you! I am Vegeta, Prince of all Saiyans! You nuisance! You're dead! You're dead! I am Vegeta, Prince of all Saiyans! You nuisance! Fool! Damn, he's too strong. And if he's capable of regenerating any wound, then defeating him in battle may be impossible.
Dad!
Trunks, listen. Take good care of your mother.
What do you mean by that, Dad? Why are you telling me to take care of Mom?
You know, from the time you were a little baby, I've never once hugged you Because I always wanted to make you a tougher man.
Huh?
Come here, son.
Wait, Dad? What? Hey, cut it out! You're embarrassing me!
Take care, Trunks. All right? Well, I finally figured out how to deal with you. Just in time. Goodbye to you all. Bulma, Trunks, and yes, even you, Kakarot. When we fought, you hid the true depths of your power, letting me believe we were equals. Now I saw it all from Otherworld, Kakarot. You let me win, so you could keep the secret of Super Saiyan 3 to yourself.
Then maybe this will convince you. Boo has absorbed every person we've ever cared about. Krillin and Chi-Chi too! Even Bulma! Piccolo, my sons, Gohan and Goten, and your son, Trunks! They're all trapped in Majin Buu! Vegeta!
The earring! Give it here! Now, what are you waiting for? Hurry up already!
Thank you, Vegeta.
All right! I'm Vegeta and Kakarot together. Guess that makes me Vegeta. And this, get ready for this, is Super Vegito! What the hell is this? Not so bad. It's no use. If you really want to dole out some damage, watch and learn! Just what are you? You fell for it. All right, final! Kamehameha! Shall I get serious? No! That was close. Take this! All right! Playtime is over. Take this! What do you think? Anyway, I've had just about enough fun for one day. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to say your prayers before I wrap this up.
All right. What do you say we get this thing started and see just what everyone can do?
Good. Who's up first?
I'll fight you for it.
Rock, paper, scissors!
Shoot!
Why don't you allow me, Kakarot? Prepare yourself, Majin Buu. This time, I'm eradicating you for good! I'm shaking all over. Having this battle makes me feel something that resembles joy, I think. Big Bang Attack! Be gone! Be gone! Be gone! Damn it! No matter what I do, he just keeps going and going, never tiring. If this goes on any longer... Got you! This is the... Eat this!
Yo! Vegeta! Come on! Switch out with me for a bit!
Final blast!